All right, wait. Oh my God. What is going on today, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. We are going straight into it. We are on part number 4. In this video, we are going to be showing you guys basically the progress that we made. First things first, this video is sponsored by One More. We are wearing the apparel right here. Those pants right there are not gonna be released anymore, like I said in the first video, but these things are so comfortable. If you guys have any types of dreams or aspirations, you guys gotta go at it and never give up. One More actually stands for not to ever give up on your dreams or any type of aspirations. As you guys see, One More. Let's get it. All right, everybody, so we are back. As you guys can see, we have my 2AZ-FE that is fully built and ready to go. So I'm gonna give you guys a slight little rundown on what's in the car. So if you guys haven't been following the series, this is a 2AZ-FE out of a Toyota Camry. This is the first generation 2AZ, and I know the second generation one has the oil squirters. Mine does not have the oil squirters. Let's get down to the rundown before we get into the rest of this video. The bottom end has Molnar rods with ACL race bearings. I have ARP main studs, I have ARP head studs, and we have BC cams, we have Manley valves, and BC springs and retainers. Also, the head has been ported by my good friend Jay. You can hit him up on Instagram. I'm gonna put his Instagram right here if you guys want your head ported either for this car or for any type of build that you want to work on. He is big on the DSMs and 2Js. So yeah, just hit him up or hit me up and I'll hit him up for you, and we can get that all done. I know for a lot of these videos, I haven't really been doing an outro, especially the last video. I was having so much trouble on trying to build this thing. So what happened was I pulled one of these head studs when I was torquing down the head. I was scrambling, trying to figure out how to get this done. The machinist at my job actually helped me out. I ordered all the pieces like I showed you guys. I go home that same day to go torque down the head, which is the last episode. I pulled another thread and I'm like, yo, what's going on? These engines are actually known for that. So what happened is I torqued down the head and that insert pulled out. But now that I have the tools, I went ahead and replaced that stud, and that took about 20 minutes. I was like, all right, cool. I put the head back on, start torquing it down, went to the final torque, and then I pulled another thread. So after I went snug on them, I back them out just like a quarter turn, and just so they're kind of like not too tight, and then I finally torqued everything down. So I did end up replacing 3 of the studs, or not the studs, but the inserts for the studs with carbon steel inserts. What I went ahead and did is I actually put the BC cams in, and we torqued each of the caps by hand to spec. We torqued everything down to spec, and now it's all good. So what we're gonna be doing in this video is buttoning up the rest of the motor. We're gonna be putting the new VVTi gear. We're gonna put a new cam gear on here, the VVTi solenoid. I'm gonna tighten this bolt down here. This is for the oil, and it has a filter on there at the very bottom. And we're gonna be also putting in our oil pump. So what I'm gonna start off with is I'm actually going to start off with the oil pump. We're gonna put that on first, and then we're gonna go ahead and change back over to the bottom end. All right, everybody, so right here we have the oil pump. So this is the oil pump for the 2AZ-FE, and I have this MAL gasket kit. This right here is what I really needed. It's the oil pump gasket that goes on the top of this right here. And we're just gonna put that right on there. Right on in there. And for the oil pump, I'm gonna make sure that I put a little bit more oil in just in case. The oil that I'm actually gonna be using is the Valvoline VR1 2AZ-FE. And what makes this different from regular oil, this is a high zinc oil, so that you can basically, so it basically protects the motor. It has zinc in it, so it's gonna actually protect the car a little bit more. This is what a lot of the race car motors use. And yeah, we just gotta use that instead of conventional because it has additives in it to prevent anything from happening. And flip this over and put this on top of the car. All right, boom. Okay, so with all that situated, we got the oil pump all torqued down. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna make sure I put the timing stuff on. I'm gonna put everything on. I'm just gonna time lapse it for you, and then we're gonna come back when I have to time the motor. So we got something that's really important, and finally something that I got. We have the ATI Super Damper. There's a lot of oil that's on the box. I know this is my regular camera audio. I have to go get my microphones. I'll get that in the next clip, but this is the ATI Super Damper. What is going on, everybody? So we have the ATI damper here. I actually had to stop the video because I went to the store. Yeah, so I didn't realize that I needed to push the damper onto the crank. I didn't know I needed a tool for that. I thought I can just zip it right in, but it's not like the OEM. The OEM just fits right on there. But because the ATI damper, this actually is a close tolerance. So it's like a 2000s tolerance. So this has to be press fit in. So I went to the local Harbor Freight and I picked up the Mad Doc's harmonic balancer puller / installer. So we're gonna be using this today and trying to get this thing in there. I'm trying to get this motor in the car by the end of the day. It's almost 5 o'clock already. We gotta hurry up. Timing marks line up. Ooh, that's perfect. Oh my God. I have to show you. Okay, so we have the motor here and we rotated it, I think 2 times that you guys saw. And if we take a look right here, this dot lines straight up with the arrow that's here. And then this timing mark, see this dot here with this line, lines up with the arrow that's right there. And then on the pulley itself right here, you can actually see where it says TDC, and TDC is right there at 0. So you guys see right there, TDC, and then it's right there at 0. Timing cover is in a mess right now, but there we go. There we have it. So now we're just gonna go ahead and torque this down. I think it's 133 foot-pounds for the bolt. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the water pump and put the rest of the stuff on for the timing belt, or for the accessory belt. All right, what's going on, everybody? We have a special guest.
Hello, everybody.
Wait, it's not focused. Oh, there we go. We have a special guest. Julian came to help me out. So we finally got the motor on the ground, and we're gonna go ahead and put the rear main seal in the car, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the new clutch. I'm gonna unbox the clutch for you guys so you guys can see what it looks like. This is the twin disc clutch, the 725 by Competition, I think it is. So we're gonna get into that in 1 second. All right, so this is the twin disc clutch right here. It comes with the throttle bearing, all the bolts, the clutch tool, and the different discs. Yeah, that's nice. All right, so box number 2, let's get into it. Which this is probably just the cover that goes on to everything. We're gonna have to read the instructions on how to put this thing on, but we'll see. We will see. All right, so this is the flywheel right here that comes with the twin disc clutch, and that is everything else that comes with it. So we're gonna go ahead and see how to put this all together. So this one is the not the race version. This is actually the street version. So it's gonna have 2 different, yeah, that's it right there. So this is the one with the 2 different discs. The first disc is like the organic clutch material, and then the second disc is actual unsprung, like the race clutch. I guess you could say like the Iron Man. That thing is looking sick. If you guys didn't know, in the end of last video, we were trying to get the clutch and flywheel together and get the transmission on. It honestly took us, I think, about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Not sure how long it took, but it took a long time. So I just basically stopped recording and we just tried to get this thing together. So in today's video, we are putting the motor in the Camry. That's right there. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna move everything off to the side and we're gonna try to push the car in. I'm just gonna try to time lapse all that. We gotta get this thing in today. Ooh, okay. Look at this, man. All right, we got the car pushed in. I actually totally forgot to record, but it's all good. We're gonna see if we can get this or this side of there as fast as we can.
Engine is about to go in. You got Julian here, sleeping on the job. All right, let's time lapse this to see how long it takes. It is currently 7:08 p.m. Let's do it.
If it takes that long, I'll be pissed.
Me too. All right, wait. Oh my God.
It scratched it?
Not that. You're gonna break the whole thing.
It fell, dude.
It is 7:50 on the dot. So how long was that? It was about 40 minutes. Yeah, we got this thing in 40 minutes, which is sick. The quickest yet. This is the quickest yet. Oh my God. We have finally done it.
Oh.
We have finally done it, everybody. The motor is in, thanks big help to Julian. We are finally almost there. We're like 80% complete now. Just gotta get a couple of things, my valve cover, put the turbo manifold on, intake manifold, wiring, fuel lines, and that's it. Then it's ready to go. Then we're gonna call it a wrap. This is gonna be the conclusion of the last video of, not the build series fully, because we still have to do the fuel lines and stuff, but this is gonna be it for right now. So I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, and I'm gonna see you guys later.